Now, the main pack itself actually will separate from this water pack. There's a little clip that hooks these together, and there's MOLLE straps all around this pack, which are good for a lot of things. I can hook different things on here. As you can see, I have a carabiner on this side, and that is a D-lock carabiner made out of heavy-duty aluminum. And then I have another carabiner on this side, just a mini carabiner that I can connect things to. Inside the main pack, there are 2 or 3 separate compartments, and there's actually 4, and I'll show you those. One thing I want to tell you before we get into kits: if you're setting up your kit, what you want to do is to make sure that you have all of your basics covered. The basics are shelter number 1, fire number 2, food number 3, and water number 4. As I already showed you, we have water covered, and that carries in its own separate carrier. Shelter is another thing. As I mentioned, if I'm going out and I know that I'm going to need shelter, I will carry just a tarp on here with me. But I also carry inside a large garbage bag. This is a 4-foot garbage bag. I believe that it's either 4 or 5 mil thick. It's a very, very thick black construction garbage bag. This can be opened up till it's almost 8 foot long and about 3 foot wide, so it will make a tarp in the shelter or in the bush. It will also make a poncho. If I just took and opened this up, cut a hole in it, I could put it over me as a poncho, as a pack cover. I could use this to gather things in the bush. So there are many, many uses for this. I highly recommend that everybody carries a construction garbage bag, and again, that is our shelter. Secondly is fire. Now, I have a whole kit dedicated just to fire in here. It's in the front pack. First off, you've already seen my Strike Force from Gerber, and this is a heavy-duty fire starter. It has its own striker. It throws really good sparks. It also has a little compartment on the back where I can put extra tinder, and as I said before, I put steel wool in here. It's a quick tinder to catch, and it'll burn for a few minutes. You can put cotton balls in here. You can put some fat wood or anything that you want to put in there. But it's kind of convenient little thing. It comes on its own carry strap, and I can actually take this and put it over my neck along with my knife and have a solid kit just by itself. I also carry some extra steel wool, and again, that's useful for flint and steel fires as well as just getting some tinder started. I also carry this small bag of cotton balls. There's a little bit of lint in here, some cotton balls. And inside of that bag, I have a candle. This candle is just a small little candle. It will probably burn for about an hour. It's not anything that's a real big candle, but what it'll do is give me a little bit of extra light or a little bit of extra heat, especially if I'm sitting inside of a poncho that's made out of either a garbage bag like this or a standard poncho. I can have that candle inside to give me some extra heat. Then I carry a fire kit. My fire kit is basically made up of a box which I can use to make char cloth in. You can see there's a little hole in the end, and we will make a video with char cloth later on to show you how to do that. This is just an Altoid cinnamon tin. Inside of here there's more cotton balls. There's a piece of steel. There's a piece of flint for my flint and steel. There's also a piece of fat wood, and this helps start fires up real quick. Then I have inside here some blue jean just wrapped around char cloth. And the reason that I wrap this around is I have char cloth in here enough for probably 20-25 fires. But if I was out in an extended period and I got lost and I needed to make more char cloth, I have extra material with me that I can make more. So that is all of my fire kit right there. The last thing in this pouch is my personal kit. This is a first aid kit. It has some cotton balls. It has some aspirin, I believe, inside this little pouch. No, I'm sorry. This little pouch here has aspirin in it. Just some adhesive tape, a few Q-tips, a fingernail file. I've got a fingernail file. One of the nice things about this is clippers. It also has a file on there, And that will act as a file as well if I need to file something down in the bush. And that's a good thing to have. So it's just a little pair of clippers. A lot of people overlook clippers, but they're a very important part of your kit. I think it's important to take care of your fingers and your feet out in the bush. And if you get ingrown toenails, or if you have a piece of skin that needs to be clipped off, it's much easier to do it with a fingernail clipper than it is to do with your knife. So it's a good idea to carry. I also carry a small tube of Neosporin. This is just an antibacterial little cream that I put in there. And then I have a few Band-Aids. I have a couple of regular Band-Aids and a few knuckle Band-Aids. And those cover all my needs for bandages. In this little piece of foil I have wrapped up, this is my sewing kit. And what this is a couple of needles from an Easy-All. There's a straight one and a curved one. And I can use this with the inside of my paracord to make any repairs to my clothing that I might need to make. It has a lot of uses and it's very easy to use. So I could just carve a handle out in the bush and do all my repairs with that. In the front of this kit, there's another pouch. I carry a roll of dental floss. This happens to be mint, but dental floss has a lot of benefits out in the bush. Number one, you can use it to make lashings on arrows, anything that you're lashing something else to. Because of the size of it, it makes a good wrap. You can also use it for the obvious reason, to clean your teeth, to keep good dental hygiene. So I do carry that with me in the bush, and anything that cordage could be used for, dental floss could be used for to an extent. And finally, in the outside of this, I have a pack of waterproof safety matches. These waterproof safety matches happen to be from Kugel's. They have a striker on the box. These are not the best matches there are, but they will work.